Hmm. 3 cups. Oh, okay, I need 6 cups then. All right. I guess I got everything I need. Oh, what's up, y'all? It's the Happy Cajun here on October 22nd, 2023 to give us very special shout out in honor of Kent Mars, the point of source. I'm gonna teach y'all how to make fresh bread from scratch because he was the biggest who dat who loved to eat all that. So here we go. I got my station set up already. You know, fresh bread, it tastes better than store-bought. I know that for sure. And it's cheaper, believe it or not. The most important thing is you gotta be precise with your measurements and you gotta be right on with your temperatures. Today, we're gonna mix up this bread dough, let it rise for 24 hours. Tomorrow, we're gonna bake it in the oven at 450 degrees with a preheated pot. And that's the way it's done, Chef. So before I get going here, oh, excuse me. Let me take off my Super Bowl ring from 2010. I can't be mixing that in the bread dough. But I tell you what, I was happy about that dough. Yeah, that's right. The Happy Cajun gotta stay in a good humor. First thing I'm gonna need is my tools. I keep them here in my shiny little Saints fanny pack. One thing I need me a measuring cup, a measuring spoon of a tablespoon, and for me, I like to use a half a teaspoon when I'm measuring the yeast, because you gotta be precise, Chef. So we're gonna start off, I recommend 2 bowls. That way you got one place to catch the flour. Now, I forgot to mention, you're gonna have to mix love in that, and you need a butter knife. What I like to do is pour my flour into the cup. Now this is what I said, you gotta be precise, Chef. So you pour it in that, you get it real full to where it overflows. This is where the bowl come in. You got extra room there. You wanna level it off like it was something, how should we say, contraband-ish. But nah, this is just flour, Chef. All right, we want a nice, even, full-packed cup there. We're gonna go 6 cups of flour. So I'm gonna dump that. I'm gonna do that 5 more times. So you don't gotta record all that. You can start over when I'm done doing this. But either way, if you wanna keep recording, my main man, Chimney Jack Charlie, he's on the camera work. Couldn't do it without him. When you spill flour like that, man, it's gonna happen. You can't make no bread without spilling a little flour. So, like I said, precise every time now. That's 2. This time it's easier because I got somebody recording me here. And so, if I forget how many, I just be like, rewind that, chat. I gotta see. I dump that flour off, save me a little to do a line. Then I'm gonna go for another cup. I got 2 cups in there. I need me 4 more. Now, the cool thing about the bread recipe is you're gonna spill flour. That's all right. But the thing you need to know is, it's a real simple, symmetrical recipe. So that's 3 cups. So we're gonna go 6 cups of flour, and we're gonna go spill some more, and then we're gonna go 3 cups warm water. So the ratio there is 2 to 1. I might be a Cajun, but I know me a little ratio. Occasionally, I might know me a little science. But don't tell them other Cajuns that. All right. So how many cups this gonna be? 4 cups? This is 4 cups. And if it's not, we're gonna rewind that. All right. Now I'm still spilling in this bowl and everywhere else. That's all right. It's my house. Plus, if you ever been to Kent's house, man, you didn't know what he spilled, but it smelled bad, yeah. That's all right, Dad. All right, then. This is going to be my 5th cup. Then I got to make me 1 more. This is where it's good I clean the countertop beforehand. I'm going to just take me this, get me a little bachelor. Some people call them a spatula. I'm going to say, you know what? It's time to wipe this. This is why no need to cry over spilled flour. Anything can be used as a scraper. I don't know why I know this. My daddy taught me a lot, but, you know, I think it's only fitting if this is happening to clean up. Because once it's gone, then you're happy. Sometimes you just got to get it gone. All right, there. That's the good flour. That's a clean countertop. Now I'm going to give me my last little 6 cup of flour there. So I'm going to scoop it in. Like that, a little more. Then I'm gonna put on top because I ain't worried now. I got my trusty little butter knife. I'm gonna load me up. Now I'm gonna come back here. Make sure I don't got too much. And if I do, that's why I got my little measuring spoon there. I'm gonna top me off. Now Cajuns might do all kinds of stuff you don't know. Be like, man, do they know what they're doing? But this one, I'm gonna tell you, precision, that's a key to a good, fresh baked bread. And now that's my 6th cup there. And I put that in there. Next, we're gonna go to the salt. A lot of people don't put salt in their bread. But once you get the flour off it, it pours real easy, Chef. So that's why I'm gonna use my trusty little tablespoon. I'm just using a little bit of flour in that. That's all right. So I'm gonna go with me a tablespoon. Another level little tablespoon. That's boom bap. Salt in the batch. Now you gotta have that active dry yeast. And this is where I'm extra cautious as the Cajun. Occasionally, I'll be cautious. So I got that active dry yeast, calls for a teaspoon. I got me my half teaspoon measure because you really don't want to overdo it on the yeast. Nice and level, Shad. For that, I listen to the shutter sound and then I pull that other one. So far we got 6 cups flour, we got a tablespoon of salt, and we got 1 teaspoon active dry yeast. Now this is a little Cajun trick I came up with from rowing the P-roll down the bayou. Get your whisk out, whip up all them dry ingredients. Get them nice and homogenized. That's a space word they use to describe milk. Never understood it myself, but I know how to mix that. Anyway, we're gonna take a short break, and when we come back, I'm gonna have some warm water heated to put them 3 cups of water and show you how you mix that by hand. Happy Cajun here for fresh bread bacon on October 22nd. Oh yeah, alright, that's at just right one temperature. Oh, what's up y'all, it's the Happy Cajun back to do the next stage of the bread making. Can't bake the bread till you make the bread. So we're about to finish this up for a 24-hour rise, let it rise, and then we're gonna bake that bread tomorrow. So, you want to get that water temperature about body temperature, about 98 degrees, 98.6 if you can get that. More precise is more better. Occasionally, I'm more better. So basically, I'm going to put these 3 level cups of water in that flour. I'm going to dish my handy whisk. I'm going to mix that by hand. Then once that's all mixed up and nice and homogenized, our word of the day, we're going to cover it real tight with some stretch tight plastic wrap. Which I use it and they paid me, so I gotta mention it for this segment here. Alright, I got me enough water, and you can see I'm still reusing the handy bowl from earlier. Don't dump this rest of warm water out whenever it gets to be too much, because we're gonna use that to soak our cooking tools with. So I want a full scoop like that, nice and level. I'm gonna pour it over my homogenized flour mix, rinse my whisk off. I'm gonna do that another 2 times. That's 2. And that's 3 level cups of body temperature, 98.6 degree warm Cajun water. Alright then, now like I said, I'm going to use my handy little mixing bowl, flour catcher. Now it's my washing bowl. I already got warm water in it to soak my tools. Now we're going to take a quick break. And we're going to review the video to make sure I actually put 6 cups of flour in that. Because if I didn't, when this bread come out tomorrow, y'all going to say, boy, that Happy Cajun, he off his rocker. So we'll see in a bit. Alright, we done dumped that warm water in there. At 98.6 degrees. Now we're mixing all that up by hand. That's why I had to take that Super Bowl ring off. We don't want flour all over that. It's too shiny. Too shiny of a memory as well. I'll never forget that day. Those of y'all who were there with me, y'all know how it was. You can't shake Louisiana unless you're making some dough. So anyway, if you want to get a good shot in there, Mr. Charlie Hustle, we're going to mix everything together real well. We're going to try to get a homogenized, that word of the day again, mixture. It's going to take about 4 or 5 minutes. I learned that when you smash it through your fingers like that, it works pretty well. And then you scrape the sides. And this is where all that precision comes in. You know, if you don't get it right here, it ain't coming out the oven hot. But the cool thing at this point, even though it's been a little work, this point we're done for 24 hours. Get to take us a little nap, light a fire, watch some Real Housewives of the Bayou Country. That's a good show I've been seeing lately. Never thought it would make it to air, but it did. Anyway, I'm gonna mix my dough like that, like a Happy Cajun does. I'm gonna stay happy because that's a choice I make. I like being the Happy Cajun, and nothing make me happier than fresh baked bread. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We're gonna call this the Bayou Boy baked bread. Once it's all said and done. So we're gonna take a short break. I'm gonna keep mixing that. And when we come back, we're gonna wrap it up tight with that stretch tight. Cause I use it and they're paying me. All right, y'all. This next segment brought to us by our friends at Stretch Tight. Cause I use it and they're paying me. All right then. Enough kidding around with the advertisements. But I want my check stretched tight. All right, let me show you how to stretch that tight. First off, you're gonna get most of the bowl. Most of the time, the bowls you're gonna use be a touch too big. That's all right. We're gonna put half on side. We're gonna stretch it tight. It's not all the way gonna go, but you let some overhang on purpose. I'm gonna show you why. You're gonna do the other side. All right, we're gonna let that hang on both sides real good. It's not that tight as we want it to be, but let me show you a little trick of the trade I learned a long time ago catering down in Louisiana. Get you a long puller stretch tight, right? We're gonna turn that into a stretch tight rubber band. We're gonna stretch it tight. This could save your life one day. You could use it as a tourniquet or something like that. But anyway, I'm gonna take it around all my overhang, right, Dad? I'm gonna go real tight on it. I'm gonna pull it double round because I'm that kind of guy. I'm a Cajun doer, all right? Then I'm gonna tie that in a little knot like a shoelace. And then when I untie that, take that shoe off, we're gonna bake that bread shaft. You know what I'm talking about. All right, I got me a nice and tight little hold. Stretch tight, don't come through for us again. Cause I use it and they're paying me. All right, y'all. We got culture on tap and bread in the bowl. 24 hours from now, I'm gonna put me a shirt on. We're gonna bake this bread. All right, y'all. Till next time, it's the Happy Cajun. Good morning, y'all. You know who it is, the Happy Cajun. We done let this bread rise about 24 hours and it's ready to go. We got our oven preheated over there at 450. Inside the oven, this is hot now, be careful. We got this pot heating up. It's got a lid, it's ceramic. We want that heated up while the oven preheats. It's not quite ready yet, but that's all right because that's why we're gonna do this part. Get down your parchment paper that's gonna fit right up in that pot. Sprinkle a little flour on that, just so the bread don't stick all the way. And we done been dropping flour all the time, so there ain't no big deal. Now I got my handy dandy stretch tight rubber band, because I use it and they're paying me. Now what I'm gonna do is scoop all this dough out. I just washed my hands, they clean, don't you worry. We're gonna scoop this bread out onto here. That's bread dough. We're gonna let it fall like that. Get as much as we can. Pretty much got all of it. That's pretty good. A little bit more. I'm gonna let that soak with some hot water. I'm gonna roll this bread dough around. Just fold it over like 1 or 2 times. See that flour's letting it roll a little. One more pull and one more fold. We're gonna let that sit. When that oven's preheated, we're gonna go in for 50 minutes with the top on. After that 50 minutes, we're gonna do 12 to 15 minutes with the top off. It's gonna be a nice, beautiful color. That's the Happy Cajun, getting you ready to make bread, yeah. Who that? Oh, how y'all doing? It's the Happy Cajun, and I'm chilling. Y'all might notice I'm dressed a little differently now, because I got a business meeting. Because it's time to meet this bread into the oven, so it's business time, you know what I'm saying? I got my oven preheated 450. I got my bread dough been sitting out for 30 minutes. It's gonna be very hot in here, so we're gonna be careful. I'm gonna take that out. I'm gonna move my oven rack down to the middle. Very hot. Always use some towels or something. All right? I got my hot pot, and the lid's hot too. Don't forget that, chef. Now I got my parchment paper and my ready bread dough. I'm gonna put that up in that. I'm gonna let it sit like that. I'm gonna put that top on real quick like. Keep it hot. Now this is going back in the oven with the lid on for 50 minutes. Careful with the melting cutting boards. All right, now timer. 50 minutes, that's on. At the end of that, we're gonna go 12 to 15 minutes with the top off, get a nice brown on the top. That's how you bake bread. Chimney Stack Charlie give you a picture of the finished product. Y'all come back now for the Happy Cajun. Who that, baby?